Hello there and welcome to a new video. In this one I'm going to be setting up my planner for the week of September 19th through the 25th, and thanks for stopping by. So for this week I thought I hadn't done a blue theme in a while, so I'm going to be using these washi tapes that I got from Amazon, and I'm not entirely sure, kind of want to try something a little bit different, and I may or may not use this washi tape that I also got from Amazon. And then because I wanted to do a blue theme, I just pulled out a few blue markers. I always use my Zig Clean Color Dot marker in black, and I have my Uni Jetstream multi pen, and then I also, the ones I pulled out are the Zig Clean Color Dot in blue and Blue Bonnet. And then the other marker I pulled out was my Zebra Mild Liner in Smoke Blue, since the smokiness kind of matches with the grid washi tape. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And actually I forgot yesterday to put down a weather sticker, and it was partly cloudy, and I think today is going to be pretty much the same unless it rains. And these stickers, by the way, are from Paper Bits Co. Sorry, I think I'm having some allergies, or I'm catching a cold or something. I've just been a little bit off these last couple days, but especially this morning, my husband at 3:30 in the morning startled me awake, so I'm a little discombobulated today. And I have already started a few things for the week, so I think to kind of get me a little bit grounded, I'm gonna do my little thing that I do every week. But actually, all right, washi tape, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I got the washi tape down, so I'm feeling a little bit more centered now that I got something started. And I like this. So basically I just took two of the washi tapes, or this little skinny one, and just put it next to either of these. And yeah, I like it. I think it's a little bit interesting. And I noticed that with my Sticky Club stickers, I have a lot of blue ones, so I really just kind of wanted to set myself up for next week's decorating when, so that I can use my Sticky Club stickers, like some of the blue ones perhaps, but we shall see. And then now that I have that, I'm going to start by taking my black color marker, Zig Clean Color Dot marker. Down here is where I do some meal tracking. And I think where I saw this initially was from Karina Loves to Plan, I think is the name of her channel. Can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, so for now I'm just gonna leave it as is. And if you're curious, the A in my BLT sandwich was avocado. It was quite delicious. All right, so next I'm gonna set up my habit tracker and meal planning for the week. And I'm actually going to go with my Zig Clean Color Dot marker in blue. If you're not familiar with these markers, these Zig Clean Color Dot markers, the ones that are double-sided, have a hard tip on one end and the other end has the dot. They do have a version where they're not double-sided, so it doesn't have this hard tip, it just has the dot. And but the dot is, or this marker part of it is really, really good. I do highly recommend these markers. Can't see. While I'm doing this, I think I can talk and do this. So I did mention that my husband woke me up at 3:30 in the morning, freaking out. He heard the dog. I don't know about like if you have a dog, if they like kind of run and bark like lightly in their sleep, which our dog does do that. But she occasionally, not very often, sounds like she's like, I don't think she's having trouble breathing. I think she's just taking very like short and shallow breaths. And it also sounds very sad, like there's like a sad part of it too. And my husband, he typically sleeps like a rock. So he doesn't get woken up by my dog the way I do. And anyway, so she was making this particular sad sound last night and I just ignored it, and I was probably gonna get up or go back to sleep because I'd heard her do it before and she's totally fine when I've checked on her. And my husband was not actually sleeping very well last night, and so he heard this and he got up to check on her, and because she was in such a deep sleep, you know, she was probably dreaming, that he couldn't wake her up, and he freaked out, and my poor husband sounded so sad. He's like, "Steph, get up." Lily's not responding or lifting her head. So I shot out of bed, turned the light on. I was like, and at the same time I knew like she's fine, like she does this occasionally. So yeah, and then I'm a bit of a light sleeper, and so, you know, being startled awake like that definitely was not helpful to helping me fall back asleep. Alright, so yeah, my husband was scared for the dog and I stayed awake a little bit longer than I would have liked to. Alright, and actually to highlight these sections, I'm going to use my Zebra Mild Liner in Mild Blue, and this is the brush tip, which I honestly prefer. And since I did put washi tape up here, I'm just gonna highlight the days of the week up here. Doesn't really show up well when there's a colored background, but it's okay. I don't know, I'm sure, you know, there's already videos with the English version. Hobonichi Cousin posted already on YouTube. But I do believe there's no holidays, like Japanese holidays, and I'm not sure about the weekends. But I actually saw that Sterling Ink has a planner coming out. It is in a B5, which is one of the reasons I didn't get it, but otherwise I would have snapped it up in a heartbeat because it is just like the Hobonichi Cousin. but I think it's a lot more minimalistic in the sense that the daily sections are not dated. So I'm okay for the most part them being dated, but I really would prefer them not to be dated. And yeah, I really hope that she puts out a size. I really hope that she puts out an A5 size. All right. Oh, I remember what I had for lunch. My husband, what did he do yesterday? Yesterday was his day off, and I think he went to go drop off a package or something like that. And so he stopped at Starbucks and brought me a medicine ball because I just was not feeling all that great. And then he also surprised me with the little ham and Swiss croissant thing. Like, so good. I love it. So, and just on the topic of food, the spring rolls, they're the Trader Joe's frozen like vegetable spring rolls. They're so good. I could probably eat a box in one sitting because there's 5 of them, but I I resisted. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on decorating last week's spread. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for this week, I've already used these before in a previous spread, but look at how good of a match that is. So I figured, you know, I'll use these again. I'll use these up and I'll order another sheet. I do want to place another Sticky Club order, so I guess that's a good excuse, right? Using up those sheets. And I also used green with this spread because the colors were practically exact matches, and there's also green in here. So anyway, long story short, I rambled. That's what I'm gonna do, but the first thing I need to do is pull out my markers to highlight stuff. All right, so to highlight some of the things of the week that I did, I'm gonna be using my Marby Le Plume 2s in brown and olive green, if my camera will ever focus. Let's start with green. I think there's a lot more brown, so let's give it a little bit more green. Oh, forgot to put my little weather sticker. Alright, so I went ahead and highlighted some things, and because I have been using different color inks for different events, so that should actually be green, but oh well. Yeah, so anyway, so I use green for appointments, and then red for work stuff, and then black for just whatever kind of activities. Anyway, so I highlighted or wrote over some of them since they were a little bit hard to see, since these particular markers were a little bit more opaque. So next I want to use, this is my sticker book. I got this from Amazon, the actual sticker book. It's just a bunch of pages of like release paper, sticker release paper, and I transferred a bunch of stickers over onto here, which took forever, but because I have them, I want to use them, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do that, and I guess talk about random things. I do have a lot of stickers from like Little Shops, Coffee Monsters Co., Paper Bids Co., and you know, like other shops, but I don't necessarily want to use those this week because again, I have so many of these stickers that I want to use them. Otherwise, what's the point of all that hard work that I did and not, you know, go ahead and do that? That sticker, so some of these, if it's coming from a smaller shop, then I will go ahead and mention it. Otherwise, basically just assume it's from like Happy Planner, or yeah, I think that's gonna be the majority, would be Happy Planner. This one is actually from a small shop, but it's not around anymore. And same thing, I think this one is from that same shop. So how was your week? I usually like to ask, since I don't necessarily talk to anybody during the day because I work from home. If you want to tell me about your week, I'd be happy to hear about it in the comments below. I do generally like receiving comments from people and getting a little conversation started back and forth. It's kind of nice. Just trying to find stickers here in my book. Last week, I feel like, as far as for myself, that we ate out too much, or we had just like too much junk food. I've been really trying to be good about making more meals at home. For one thing, it is a cost savings, but on top of that, it's just so much better for your body. And having had cancer myself twice, I need to be very mindful of the fact that, you know, I can't, I have to be good to myself. I have to make sure I eat, you know, eat all the right foods and stuff, and give myself grace for the days that, that I don't. But it's also at the same time, like, there's finding a balance and then there's getting out of balance. So I really believe that last week, or this particular week, I was quite out of balance. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you might have seen that I was working on some doormats, like custom-made doormats for a couple of friends, and one of them, she's actually on deployment right now, so I still have her mat. But the other one, my other friend, she came over on Thursday and I gave her her mat, and she seemed to love it, which is good. I think she was surprised by it for sure, but it was really cool to get that finished, get that accomplished. And I need to, I think I figured out what my next project's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be as easily planned as what I just finished, which was the doormats. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in some other stickers now. Since I didn't feel like I didn't have anything that matched what I was trying to, I didn't find anything basically. So for example, like this one from Paper Bits Co. for painting my nails. The other one that I had in that sticker release book, that one was just too big. And then this one is from Coffee Monsters Co. Here we go, from Coffee Monsters Co. Not like we went home with anything. And then for journaling, another one from Coffee Monsters Co. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same one. Actually, I'll use this one since I hadn't tabbed into either of these rows. I'm gonna go ahead and use it right there. Last week I feel like I was pretty productive nonetheless. And And you know, in spite of my bad eating habits, or my good eating habits going by the wayside, I should say. Yeah, I feel like last week was a pretty good week of productivity, and I did take an assessment for one of my certifications, and somehow I passed it. In spite of the fact that I hadn't done the course yet, I really thought I was going to fail it. I think I made some good guesses on the assessment, and I still don't know how I managed that. Also on Sunday, we watched the new Game of Thrones. If you've seen that show, what do you think about it? Let me know. I'm enjoying it, but I'm also, I don't know, like there's something about it. Maybe it's also kind of having me think about like the very first season of the original Game of Thrones, or was it a Song of Fire and Ice, Ice and Fire? And I remember it being a little bit slow, but I was also like really like pulled in, especially because in the first few episodes something exciting happens. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but yeah, I feel like, I guess exciting things have happened. I shouldn't say that they haven't. This is from Nightingale Paper Co. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like I don't feel as invested, or at least not yet, in these particular first few episodes of Game of Thrones. This one is from Paper Bits Co. that I got my Hobonichi planner for 2023. I'm also going to use this camera for filming. And then that I finished editing and uploading. All of these ones are from Paper Bits Co. And I don't know why I'm just going to use this notebook one for filming. I am running low on filming stickers, so I think I need to restock on some of those. I did place an order with Coffee Monsters Co., but I don't think there's any like filming ones, and they also haven't shipped out. I think I'm still at least like 250 away from my order number until mine is shipped out. So, and another one from Paper Bits Co. Coffee Monsters Co. I'm going to use this one to represent crafting. I think I also need to look, because I have been pretty good with crafting lately, in that I should get some stickers to reflect that. Alright, so I just have both of these left. It's this Goose Game. It's on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's on any other platform, but on Saturday night, my husband and I he didn't want to leave the house. I wanted to do something and like just not sit around, basically, even though we did play a video game and just sat around. The name of the game is Untitled Goose Game, and it's a really silly game where you play as a goose. It is also possible for 2 players, so you can be geese together with somebody else. And basically you are jerks to the village people, or the townsfolk, I should say. Yeah, essentially you're just being mean to a bunch of people, and you get like a to-do list. Yeah, it's pretty fun, to be honest. So if you want something to pass the time, I do recommend Goose Game. Untitled Goose Game. Alright, so I think I'm gonna call it a day as far as these particular stickers go. And now to decorate with the sticky club stickers. Alright, so I do want to mention that I'm very happy because my camera, I moved not its location, but I moved where what it's attached to before it was attached to my desk, and every time I bumped up against my desk, the camera would shake. And that would drive me nuts, and I hated seeing it when I was editing my videos, but it's like there's not much else I could do, and I was trying to figure out ways and workarounds to try to either reduce the shakiness or yeah, just trying to figure something out. But wasn't until this morning I saw a video on YouTube and about how they record their top-down videos, and they have it attached to a shelf that's next to the desk, and I'm like, I'm so dumb. How did I not think of that before when I have a shelf right above my head that I could potentially attach it to upside down? And lo and behold, here we are. So I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't even think of that before. I'm just kind of going in here and putting stickers. Tomorrow is the first day of fall, which I feel okay about. I do enjoy this summer, but this summer was not the most enjoyable one. It was a little bit different, and at times kind of sad for me and my husband. So I don't know about, you know, with moving into the fall, if things are going to be a little bit different. Not necessarily that things change from one season to the next in terms of your personal life, but it's also kind of like that same sentimentality that you get when it's New Year's and it's like a fresh beginning kind of thing. But also, you know, as the year is drawing to a close, I am looking forward to spending time with family and cooking things. And actually, I wanted to start baking more. I wanted to start baking once a week. I have a KitchenAid, you know, stand mixer, but I don't use it as much. And lately it's been like once a year. And again, it's like, why do we have these things if we're not going to use them? So, and I do enjoy baking. I'm not good at it, but I learn. And it'll be nice too. I asked my husband if I do some baking, if he'll take baked goods to his coworkers. And he said yes. He doesn't always feel comfortable about doing that, but I did mention that these would be like individual items, so like muffins and shoot, I'm spacing on the other, oh, like cookies and things like that, so I can have fun doing that, but at the same time we don't have to have it all in the house. So these items can be shared with his coworkers, since it's not like I can ship out my my baked goods to my coworkers. This is the last sticker, and it's like I don't have anywhere to put it. I genuinely feel like I don't have anywhere to put it, but I don't want to keep a whole sticker on one sheet of paper. All right, I found the spot for it more or less. That's fine. I really don't know what these little cubes are. They kind of look like little teeny tiny tablecloths. Unless it's a, oh, is it that dessert? I feel like I've seen it on Great British Bake Off, where it's like a checkerboard design, but I think that's usually like a cake. But I think there's also like cookies that could have that checkerboard design. I don't know. See if it's visible. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. I tend to end my sentences in and then not follow up with anything. I do apologize for that. All right, so here is my finished spread. All right, so here is my finished spread for last week. And I think it turned out pretty cute. I think all my spreads just look busy. Maybe one of these days I'll do something a little bit more minimal and I don't know, maybe not use as many stickers, but we'll cross that path, that bridge when we get there. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking it out. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.